Alright, so one of the things I get asked the most on stream, now that it's been kind of released in GMS2, has been about gemstones. As you'll notice, we are actually in Korean Maplestory 2 right now to talk about these things. Even though they are released in GMS2, there's actually a really big difference. One of the most important gemstones is not released in GMS2 yet. I have a feeling this is just delayed until after the full release on October 10th. As of this recording, though, there is no orange gemstone in Maplestory 2. But let's start off with, I know a lot of people want to know what are gemstones and how do I use them. So this page, as you can see, are all gemstones. So these are the colored gemstones. Each one has a different property. And then the dusts are what upgrade them. So let's first talk about, well, what are the important gemstones? I don't want to, bore you guys too much. I don't want to go into too far detail, but the most important gemstones, and the one that's actually missing from GMS2 is the orange one here, and this is the weapon attack percent gemstone. So you can see I currently have mine at +9. 6% is basically 6% extra weapon damage. So basically, you can have up to 9 gemstones in your gear, and so if I got this to +10, it would be at 7%. 7 times 9, 63, obviously, right? So we're looking at a really hefty increase in damage if we get a full set of these. Typically, a lot of people talk about doing 8 weapon attack gemstones and then 1 accuracy gemstone. So this is what you'll typically see in Korea. A lot of people will go for that single accuracy unless they roll accuracy in another stat. But for now, we're just going to talk about the weapon attack gemstones. So this is the UI currently for the weapon gemstones. And so when we look at it, these are the dusts that are required for that certain gemstone. So the orange gemstone goes off of orange gemstone dust, green, red, and then the crystals, which I accumulate these to basically just mesos, just in crystal form. So 250 would be 250k. You'll notice down here the 8%, so that is the chance from going +9 to +10. Then we have 220 orange gemstone dust, green, 66 green, and 164 red. So the way to get these, there's a couple different ways. They've actually changed in GMS2, but it used to be basically you would break down gemstones. So if I wanted to, I could dismantle gemstones in here. If I wanted to go ahead and dismantle this blue one, right? So I'll dismantle that, and then I'll get blue gemstone dust, some white, and a couple yellow. So the gemstone that you break down correlates to the color of the gemstone dust. So if I want to get orange gemstones, I need to break down, or excuse me, if I want to get orange gemstone dust, I need to break down orange gemstones. So that would be other weapon attack gemstones. There also is the new crate in town. If you've seen it in Tria, it's a little expensive right now, but that is a way to actually guarantee that you do get quite a bit of orange gemstone dust. But we'll go into that later on. So as I said, this is the UI for it. So you'll see a +8 to +9 is 9%, and it continues to go down as I go from +9 to +10. It's 8%. Basically, it starts off around 25%, I believe. +1 is 25% all the way to +2. It's a lot cheaper for the dust and the crystals, so everything's a little cheaper. And so on and so forth. It gets more expensive, gets less likely to actually happen. So it's a pretty normal upgrade system. Now, so where do we put these is the next question. So there are 3 items that can equip these gemstones. That's going to be your necklace, your earrings, and your ring. So if we look here, my ring currently has 2 slots unlocked. If you'll notice, a lot of your like 50 accessories and the purple accessories that you can build off of the salamander and rog runs, those will have slots in them. So 3 slots is the maximum amount you can get, and it's typically only on the purple/epic weapon or accessories that you can actually get these slots. So you can see here I have 2 slots unlocked already. If I wanted to go for a 3rd slot here, though, I would need to use I would need to use the same item. So let's say I have this one, right? I have these earrings. There's 2 slots unlocked already on it. If I want to get that 3rd slot unlocked, I need to use the same earring with a 2 slot unlock as well. So it kind of correlates to, if I have an earring that has no slots unlocked and I want to unlock that 1st slot, I need to use a catalyst, which would be another pair of same earrings with no slots unlocked, and so forth and so forth. So you need, if you want to go to 2, you need 2 with 1, and so forth. So it does keep the stats, however. So this one, if I want to keep these stats, if I like these stats better, this one will get destroyed. It's pretty similar to like mobile games. If you've ever played it, you'll kind of understand the whole system. But that is how you unlock the slots. And then once we unlock those slots, it's free. You can just put any gemstone in there, and yeah, it doesn't cost too much to remove it at all either. 26 crystals, 26k, really not a lot. So you don't have to be too afraid of putting it in any piece of gear because it's not gone. It's very cheap and free, like cheap and easy to remove. So they're really nice to have. Once you build a gemstone, you have it forever. You don't have to worry about it ever again. So it is a nice system. So yeah, I think it's something that's a little down the road for us, especially because we don't have this weapon attack gemstone. The best thing we do have in GMS2 right now is these bonus attack ones, the yellow ones. These are most likely where you're going to see people splashing into their gear right now. I wouldn't recommend really investing too heavily with gemstone dust into it. Yes, it only uses blue, purple, and yellow, and none of that really correlates. But I wouldn't go spending millions just to upgrade some bonus attacks for now. So I want to say we can wait for the orange gemstone dust, and the reason I think that it's coming is because the boxes in GMS2 actually do have orange gemstone dust in them. They just don't have the gemstone. So I'm hoping this kind of leads into, we were waiting until the full release to release the weapon attack gemstones, and then we can start building on those, but we'll see. So if you guys are interested in knowing more about gemstones, like where to get the upgrades and such like that, let me know. But this was just kind of a basic explanation for people to understand the gemstone system a little bit better. All right, thanks guys.